Good evening, everybody. Just coming up on the 4:30 time frame here. Decided to just hop on and go live. I've been sitting here. Do I or don't I? What do I do? But folks are starting to hear thunder, lightning, and some places are already into the heavy downpour. So just wanted to hop on. Not because we have so many warnings around the area, but just to kind of, for some of us, tell you that we don't right now and show you what the scene is, and then we'll go ahead and look out regionally. But starting to come across state line here are some thunderstorms just south of Drexel, picking up Archie and Adrian now for about the last 7 or 8 minutes. These have been off of a cell that was severe warned over to the southwest of Mound City about 30, 40 minutes ago. Have not seen anything approaching severe status out of these guys. You're going to get some heavy downpours there. We're watching those. You know, the environment is still prime, but those have not been severe warmed for about the last 30, 40 minutes. So you're going to have some wind gusts associated with those and some heavy downpours. I think that's what most of the viewing area is hearing right now, at least according to messages that I am getting. Kind of confusing situation. We'll go ahead and kind of back out here, show you kind of what's happening regionally. So out here is what is left of the line of thunderstorms. Where it is still impacting is strong. I mean, there is plenty of thunderstorm activity left into this, but it's kind of started to break apart. It's fallen apart just a little bit. So we still have storms that are out in front, and we've been watching down here south of Chanute. We'll go ahead and do this storm because I think this is the strongest thing in the area right now. And so we'll go down for the folks in southeast Kansas and talk to you guys a little bit. What is standing out to me down here is some greater than 1 inch hail. This is off to the north of Galesbury. This is going to pick up the town of Erie, and that is well over 1 inch hail in this hail core that is affecting you guys right now. And that is predominantly what has given you a severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to go on for the next 39 minutes, so just past the 5 p.m. hour. So heads up to everybody around Erie. Here is 59 Highway. Here's 146 highway. So, you know, like the intersection of 59 and 146 is looking prime for some plus 1 inch hail as this moves off to the northeast. So that's really the strongest thing in the area right now as far as eastern Kansas, southeastern Kansas is going. So if we go up here a little bit to the north, I do see that we have a new severe thunderstorm warning while I was talking about south, and that is going to be for this cell that's going to start to move into Miami County from the west. So there is a brand new severe thunderstorm warning for hail just above 3/4 of an inch. So that's a good sign. I see a little bit of a downward trend in the hail as I've been watching this line for the last 2 hours, wondering what it's going to do. Looked like it was going to rush in early, to be honest with you. And then it has just kind of slowed down as it has broken apart a little bit. But like I say, we still have some big thunderstorms to go, and so this is a severe warning that's going to go all the way to state line. So that's going to pick up Lewisburg and just west of Drexel there, just west of Amsterdam and Lacine as well, because off to your west is a severe thunderstorm that is moving into Ottawa right now with some significant hail. Let's go ahead and take a look at that first. Looks to me like it's just about 1 inch, so there's probably some 3/4 inch hail in there, up to about 1 inch size hail, and that's over Homewood right now, just south of Ottawa, really picking up 59 highway. So at the intersection of 59 and 35, big time. That's south of Ottawa University and Ottawa proper there. Has a significant thunderstorm. You guys are probably starting to see a little bit of intensification there. Look, I can get a radar return right over Ottawa University right now that makes me think that there is some 1 inch hail in your neighborhood right now. And so that combined with winds, we'll go ahead and take a look at wind gusts being very strong, moving just south of Ottawa, strongest right now over into Peoria, Stanton. Radar not being the best way to talk about winds, but we could see some 70 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts or more moving over here into Ottawa, Peoria right now. So we will check out for any other things that might spin up, that might get started with this. Has there been some weak rotation in there? Possibly. Actually, in this cell, there has been. And so if there is rotation that gets going in these lines, the good thing about them, as we look at the little inlets It's not what they're called, but it's kind of what they look like on radar return. It's where we may see little spin ups get started. So the good thing about those is they're pretty short. So hopefully that they will stay elevated with the storm, not have any touchdowns. If we do, we look for a pretty brief period of time that those would be touching down if that happens. So by and large, I mean, we've had lots of tornado warnings. I say lots. Several up in the northeast, north central, getting off towards northeast Missouri. I am not aware of any touchdowns. If anybody has friends and family up in that area, there's been several severe thunderstorm warnings for the last couple of hours. This has just kind of formed a line up here north of Chillicothe. There's been numerous tornado warnings up here too, due to radar indicated rotation, probably like what we're seeing over here with this one right now. But I don't know of anything that has touched down around our area in the last few hours. So we'll stay vigilant and keep watching for that. So probably for our area, the most concerning thing right now is this thunderstorm that is just getting ready to move into the Paola, Spring Hill, Gardner, Olathe neighborhood. You guys can see all my little arrows here. Not sure how well you can see them tracking off just slightly to the northeast. And this has strong wind gusts north of 70 miles per hour. So they're right to severe warn this. There could be some 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts if they are associated with this frontal line, which is what we're starting to see move into the area right now. Points up here to the north. Northwest of the forecast area are going to be impacted first, as opposed to those of us down toward the south and the southeast. So that's kind of the way of things. We've been talking about that for the last few days. So this is a strong thunderstorm. Wouldn't be surprised if we go ahead and probably warn Paola along 68 Highway here, Hillsdale Recreation Area. Hillsdale was talking about you guys the other night. They do not want any more activity in that neighborhood, guarantee that. But I bet you that we see this continued out for Osawatomie, Paola. So we'll go ahead and give a heads up possibly over to the Lewisburg folks as well in this thunderstorm warning. So it is. I'm sorry, different colors. It already is. I was not paying attention. I was looking to the left. So I'm sorry. Going over to State Line. I already said that. You guys do have a severe thunderstorm warning off of that cell. I was zoomed in a little bit too close. So, and that goes on for that big chunk of Miami County. That goes on for the next 34 minutes. Caution for wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour and hail just a little bit bigger than 3/4 of an inch. So, heads up, you have some time a little bit over there for south of Spring Hill, Paola, Osawatomie, Fontana, and Lacine. So let's wander over here into Missouri. Let's check out the I-49 corridor. Just has a significant thunderstorm there right now, but it is not severe warned at all. It's just going to be a heavy downpour. We can see what that's doing in terms of some wind gusts right now. I think you will see winds starting to cross over I-49. Strong gusts picking up now, going to get a little bit stronger. I think it's gusty around Merwin and Amsterdam neighborhoods right now, but all of that little cluster, what is left of what came up through Mound City a little bit, not severe warned at the present time. Let me know what's going on in your neighborhoods. Good to know where everybody is watching from. I'll go ahead and kind of back out here. Let's go ahead and use composite radar, which puts together all of the National Weather Service radars, and we can just kind of get a big scope. And so we can see there's the cold front, last position anyway. It's probably moved down about here. So here's our line of severe thunderstorms. Plenty of warnings still out along that line. Is kind of broken apart a little bit. So we're still talking about these clusters that are still technically out here in front in terms of we're watching for any rotation there. But what we've seen so far is just big hail. Let's go through, because you guys over here in Miami County, let's see what that storm has produced, because I do see some damage reports. I think this is going to be wind, 60 mile per hour wind gust 18 minutes ago back behind Ottawa. What else do we have out here? As it was over Waverly, there was a 70 mile per hour estimated wind gust. So we've got 51, we've got 70. That's all out of this storm. That's just off to the west of Osawatomie. It's just about to pick up the town of Stanton there. Heaviest over Peoria right now. So that's what I see with that right now. I'm not seeing anything else to be concerned about. We will kind of watch for things to develop along that line, but be prepared for some really strong wind gusts up to 70, 80 miles per hour. This storm does have a history of producing at least 60 miles per hour. And this is going to start impacting Osawatomie and Paola next. So within the next about 6 to 7 minutes, you're going to have strong wind gusts, heavy downpours, big thunder and lightning show as well moving into your neighborhood. So for the folks still up here in Kansas City, what do we have? We still have a severe thunderstorm warning picking up Overland Park and Olathe for the next 31 minutes. That is off of all this activity that's currently just tracking up to the northwest. So it's picking up DeSoto and Shawnee right now. I think this is all going to track right into Kansas City proper, where it has been raining heavily on and off. They were the first, up north of Kansas City was the first to be impacted by the frontal line of showers and thunderstorms. So it's been stormy up there. Looks like it will be for at least the next hour and 15 or 20 minutes. As we get out to the east of Kansas City, thunderstorm activity out here along I-70 and just to the north, picking up Independence right now. That is not severe warned. So as we get down into west central Missouri right now, kind of watching to see, I mean, these storms have wandered over into here, into our neighborhoods, and I'm not too worried about them right now. Just some heavy downpours. It's been windy all day, so you're going to get some more wind gusts out of these. We will watch them. It's only 4:45. They can stumble into some pockets still, but by and large, look at all of this. Look at this body of big thunderstorms from down here in Elsmore, crossing 54 Highway, just out to the east of Iola, up to Blue Mountain, Mound City. None of that is severe warned right now. So we'll hope that that trend continues. Hop down here to that radar. Yeah, these are just big, strong thunderstorms right now that are not giving me concern for anything other than normal thunderstorm activity there. So I think the biggest going thing in our area right now is this thunderstorm. You guys can see a little bit of a bowing segment starting to get together here, starting to bow out like that. When that happens, we look for damaging straight line winds, and that is what we've been talking about. We watch for little spin ups as well. Not seeing anything like that develop right now. This is all about wind and some hail. I do see significant hail right now. Let's go ahead and tell you. Let's get street level on this. Greater than 1 inch hail right here. Where is this at? This is at Vermont Road, just to the north of Marshall Road. And here is 68. Here's K68. So it's just about to hit 68 at Vermont Road. That's where you're having some significant hail right now in this thunderstorm. All of you are having really strong, damaging winds. And like I say, these are unfortunately tracking right along 68 Highway once again. Over to the Hillsdale neighborhood, where you guys are all severe thunderstorm warned for about the next 30 minutes. So while we're paying attention to that, I want to talk about our sponsor bringing us all this coverage tonight and coverage all week long. It's been a busy week. Glad to have people to rely on to help me out, and they can help you out too. This is Kyle Best over in Hume, Missouri. It's a great thing to have a local vendor of storm shelters and also dirt work that they can do. I joked in a post this morning, when your driveway gets washed out again, please keep State Line Group in mind for that or bigger projects as well. They have hourly rates on dump trucks and loaders and things as well, so they can do a lot of stuff to help you out. Appreciate them bringing you severe weather coverage all week long, so keep them in mind. Take a screenshot and capture that phone number. So, okay, so we're now just about in Paola. You guys can see this just off to your west. It is noisy, and it's going to be that way. It's going to put down some hail. Not seeing quite the hail core there that I was just a minute ago, but this is all about the wind gusts, you guys. So strong wind gusts just about to impact all of 69 corridor, 169 rather, from down here south of Lane up all the way to Spring Hill. This is a big storm. So this thing will keep going, hit Paola and Lewisburg as well. This thing still has quite a bit of punch left packing in it right now. All right, so down here to the south. Let's hop down here. We have a thunderstorm warning, and let's see. This is 3 minutes ago. This one is going to go up until 5:30 p.m. for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar-sized hail. So we're going to pick up a big area with this one as well. Like I say, this is just a big, messy cluster of thunderstorms that might get organized a little bit, come into a line, and that's where we start to talk about these really significant winds. And so that's why you have a severe thunderstorm warning down here for this area. So this is going to be Uniontown and Fort Scott here along 54 Highway, 54 and 69. This is going to go out and pick up Mapleton and Fulton, and I think that's really where the bulk of the activity is going to be, right? It's all going to track off really like this. And so this is all predominantly to the northwest of Fort Scott. Between 54 and 69 highways here is going to have a strong thunderstorm with possibly up to those 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts getting going down in this neighborhood. There we go. So strongest over Uniontown right now, going to cross over 54 highway. Like I say, the bulk of this, I think, will just miss Fort Scott, but you already have a little thunderstorm off to your east-southeast. So this is the activity that's down there in your neighborhood. There's more as we go south. This warning extends down to the thunderstorm activity that's starting to cross over into the Walnut and Hepler neighborhoods. I think impact is going to be 39 highway, 3 highway, K7. Here's the Hollister wildlife area. You guys are all in the path of this severe warned thunderstorm. Do see some big hail in it as well. Severe warned out here right along 146 highway. This is out to the west of Walnut. This is also just about that 1-inch hail size right there. So be warned of that. Going to track just ever so slightly off to the northeast. So I think folks over there in Hepler should probably be on the be prepared for some big hail in this thunderstorm starting to impact your neighborhood. So will this cross over to like the Nevada area? I think it will. Look at this storm track here that I'm going to draw a line. If this continues, I think all of this impact starts to come over here into the Nevada and Rich Hill, Missouri neighborhoods as well. Let me move that down so you can see. I think that's where all of this is headed. Not severe warned over here right now on the Missouri side. We'll wait for this to get over here around Fort Scott and see what that will do for you guys over here in this area. Tina says 52 West and K Highway. That is out to the west of Butler. Some thunder, lightning, and slight rain right now. Parker, Kansas has no power. Severe thunderstorm notice by phone. So great to have multiple avenues. No power in Mound City, Kansas. Watching from the west edge of Adrian. Hi, Peggy. So yeah, no power in Mound City, Kansas. Okay, I believe that. You guys had a cell that clipped through there, probably on account of wind gusts over there, I'm guessing, in that area. So enough to knock out power. Yeah, look at the winds that just cruised through Mound City. Okay, so those are going to pick up Amoret. Between, and they're just going to cross over 52. Amoret looks in the path of those damaging winds that have probably knocked out power in Mound City. I'm guessing that is what that was. So yeah, even though some of these are not severe warned right now, they are strong thunderstorms. They've been allowed to downgrade a little bit as they move out of the warned area, but still strong thunderstorms there. So I'm guessing that's what has happened. For the folks in Mound City right now, you do have another thunderstorm off to your southwest there in your no power situation. There is not a severe thunderstorm warning there in your area right now. We'll see if they kick this back up and involve you again, Mound City, but I think the strongest wind gusts qualifying for that warning are going to be down here right now, just off to the west of 69 Highway. So these are going to hit Fulton and Barnesville is where those really strong wind gusts are right now, 60 mile per hour plus with this big thunderstorm right now in this warned area. Back over on the Kansas side, We can really see the winds. Good grief. Moving along 68 highway. Wow. What might these be around Hillsdale? These could be well north of 70 mile per hour wind gusts. 70 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts, not out of the question. At 68, looking like they're going to cruise just north of Paola. Here is Paola proper. And so these are going to pick up 68 highway at Linto, which is 169 and 68. You guys have some 60 mile per hour plus very strong wind gusts out to your direct west right now. So heads up to you guys out here. I think also Wagstaff and points to the south, just between Wagstaff and 68 highway. Be warned of these very strong damaging wind gusts that look like they are headed right for your area. All of this 169 corridor, geez, from Osawatomie, Paola, going to definitely see some wind damage out of this right now, impacting Hillsdale, maybe between Hillsdale rec area and Paola off of this thunderstorm over there. So people over there do not need more damage to be cleaning up. I am sorry about that. But this line continues all the way up into this severe thunderstorm warned area. This is going to go all the way up that 169. So Gardner is in it right now. Highlands, Olathe, this is just about to cruise you. It's been picking up to the northwest of Olathe, but I think you will get in on the severe thunderstorm activity here in just a few moments. Warned all the way over here to Martin City and the I-435 corridor coming over into Kansas. So all of that under a severe thunderstorm warning at this moment. So not seeing much over on the Missouri side except for in Kansas City and points over to the north. You guys are warned for the next 34 minutes for some 70 mile per hour wind gusts possible and some possible 1-inch hail. This is going to go all the way out to Buckner and Sibley, the 24 highway neighborhood, go all the way up to Kearney, Mosby, and Excelsior Springs is also severe thunderstorm warned. So it's the only thing I see hanging on over on the Missouri side right now. Tina wants to know what it looks like in Lewisburg, Kansas, and that is not Lewisburg, Kansas. That is Lewisburg, Kansas. Much better. All right, here we go. So I think Lewisburg is going to get in on the severe thunderstorm activity. It's the other side of Paola from Lewisburg right now. It's a torrential downpour and strong winds are possibly headed for Lewisburg. It might just cruise just off to the north and get between you and Wea in Lewisburg. So that's what I see, but I do think you do have some time, 5 to 6 minutes before the brunt of this is there in the Lewisburg neighborhood. So working on Paola right now, and I think winds strong are coming up north of Paola. Between Paola and the Hillsdale Recreation Center, you guys have my sympathy right now for strong wind gusts. Or maybe just weakened a little bit in that last scan as we get over here towards the 169 highway corridor. That is what we're talking about in terms of damaging winds associated with that thunderstorm right now. Let's go down and look at Fort Scott. Jimmy wants to know about Fort Scott. Fort Scott does have a severe thunderstorm warning going on right now, Jimmy. It's all about this big line, broken line, but powerful thunderstorm that is off to your west-southwest right now. And the brunt of that, actually, we can put a storm track on that and see when that winds up in Fort Scott, because it will. I think it's a little bit fast. About 15 minutes that you have to get over to before Fort Scott is impacted. I think the strongest part of this thunderstorm reaches Fort Scott anyway. But you do have a severe thunderstorm warning for 60 mile per hour winds 1 inch plus hail. Hopefully it's under 1 inch right now, or at least the radar thinks that it is. Let's make sure we're on the right radar. So, but down here off to the southwest, here's some 1 inch plus hail right now. That's just impacting Hepler, which I think I just talked about for that very same reason. So big hail off to your southwest that may wind up also over in the Fort Scott neighborhood. So plenty of reason for that severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to go on for the next 31 minutes, take you up till about 5:30. Strong thunderstorm off to your southwest for you guys in Fort Scott. How about Nevada? So we'll slide over to Nevada. I think stuff winds up in Nevada. You can see, and it might be what is left of what is now, the strongest part of this thunderstorm right now, could swing over to Nevada. Anything like this. You have probably about I better say 20, but it might be a 30-minute time frame before that gets there. And if it does, what's in that right now? Strong wind gusts and that possibly 1 inch hail is there right now. So, 20 minutes or so out for you guys in Nevada, there's a little cluster out in front of all this that's not severe warned right now. There's no warnings active for Nevada. So this will be a punchy little thunderstorm. I think it'll just get you ready. Then you have a little break before the next one. Let's look at Lacine. So Lacine does have a severe thunderstorm warning, and Lacine might get lucky. You're right you're down on the southern edge of this warning, which is all about this line up here that we were just talking about a few minutes ago. So Lacine, you might get lucky. I think there's some heavy rain in your immediate future, but I think there's the bulk of the thunderstorm that's down over Mound City right now is going to miss you. So I think you guys just get some rain. Later on, you might pick up some thunderstorm activity, but it's weakening out there. So Lacine, I think you're looking okay for the moment. What about Hume? Well, Hume is down in this cluster. There's nothing warned right at Hume right now, but there might as well be because you're not very far. Prescott neither is warned, but there is a strong thunderstorm that is severe warned. That's the radar I want to use. Yeah, that's down here. Yeah, I think a portion of this thunderstorm will pick up Hume. But it's just a strong thunderstorm right now. I don't know if it will be severe warned by the time that it gets to you. Maybe on account of hail. We can see what it's doing for hail right now. It's just possibly a little bit below an inch, so 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch hail sounds reasonable to me based on those returns. But I think that will hit Hume. So you have a couple of waves of thunderstorms for you guys down there. One that's almost to you that I don't think will be severe warned. We'll have to see what happens with this little bit stronger leg that's down to your southwest. Rich Hill, we can slide over and talk about Rich Hill. I think Rich Hill gets some thunderstorm activity still. Let me go ahead and play the radar and you guys can see it. The little white lines are the storm tracks. Those change as the wind does, but this is what is happening right now for your neighborhood. So you can see Rich Hill. Let me back out a little bit for you. So go ahead and stop it right there. So yeah, so maybe you see all this that's going to wind up probably hitting Butler. So I think the southern edge down here is probably going to wind up hitting Rich Hill. So this is probably about 6 minutes out, 7 minutes out for you guys in Rich Hill. But as it crosses state line, they have not been extending the severe warnings. So we can make sure we can see clearly. So these winds are possibly down below 50 miles per hour. That's a good sign. So you have some gusty winds, you have some heavy downpours, you have possibly some small hail. I don't think I see any hail. We can get, not that one, there we go. We can get really specific. Maybe some little hail about to come into Rich Hill right now. So all in all, that's looking pretty good. New warning is dropping. What is this for? Okay, so this is a severe thunderstorm warning with an extremely dangerous situation tag on it that is going to pick up Adrian, Archie, Garden City, Harrisonville, Peculiar, Lake Winnebago, Lake Lotawana. It's also picking up Strasburg. This is just has to be winds. 80 mile per hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail. So we had an 80 mile per hour wind gust tracked from an automated weather station. So yeah, we're talking about flying debris, 80 miles per hour. We get north of between 50 and 60. We have the potential for significant damage. So we are expecting 80 mile per hour wind gusts to impact. This is gonna start up here at Raytown. Blue Springs is going to get Unity Village, Lee Summit, Lone Jack, going to go over Pleasant Hill, Peculiar, Harrisonville. So all this big chunk of Cass County, and then down into Bates, Archie, and Adrian, out to Garden City. Heads up to everybody there. This is serious. This is not a tornado warning. If you're just jumping on here with me, this is not a tornado warning, but I think you should take similar precautions, right? This is a severe thunderstorm warning that we don't see very often. It has this EDS extremely dangerous situation tag on it, and that is because of these up to 80 mile per hour wind gusts. So you have some time. You're probably thinking, if you're in Garden City, between Garden City and Harrisonville, if you're along 7 Highlight, you're like, what's the big deal? There's been nothing. You probably thought you were done because it's almost 5 o'clock, and a lot of the storms out in front of the front have found you. Nothing much has happened. So this is actually a really good area to pay attention and make some phone calls and some texts, because people probably think the storm is over them, especially if you're in Harrisonville or east of Harrisonville, because you guys had some thunderstorms, and then it got clear. It's really clear right now in Harrisonville. We can actually pick up a camera there in a minute, if I think too. So there are probably people from Lee Summit and south up and down 49 that might think things are done. But you have a rare severe thunderstorm warning for up to 80 mile per hour winds. And there's some hail in this too, but this is predominantly talking about the winds. So where is this storm right now? This is over across state lines. So you have some time before this gets to you. I think this is really worth checking on people. These winds are not things to mess around with. So this is why. Look what we have. Yep, exactly where I thought it would be. This is just really going to hit WIA right now, isn't it? With some 70 plus. Radar is a bad way to get actual wind speeds. We won't rely on that, but they give us a clue. So we could have 80 mile per hour winds or more impacting. Looks like probably crossed over Hillsdale right now, crossed over 169. So in the Wagstaff neighborhood right now, if you know where that is, headed up to Bucyrus and WIA. Strong wind gusts. So because of that, we have gone ahead. National Weather Service has said we need to do a severe thunderstorm warning on account of these possibly destructive winds. They're going to come into this neighborhood next. So you've had a wave of thunderstorms. You're going to get a little bit of a break. Let's see what we see on some cams. I'm going to leave up the radar so that you guys can watch where things are. And I'm going to take a look around and see what I can show you. Might help you understand what is going on in a couple of these neighborhoods. Yeah, look how cool everything is in Harrisonville right now. I mean, the clouds don't look cool. Look off of that. I mean, that's going to get people's attention, that big area of dark clouds. But look, everything's chill there. I guess the camera's moving a little bit, so it's windy. Probably, but it is not as windy as it is about to be. Let's go over to Aubrey right now. Can we see Aubrey? Okay, so looking for more tree movement and stuff. Not seeing a lot there. Let's go up a little bit further to the north. Okay. But yeah, so where this is right now, like I say, the thunderstorms are one thing, but it is the winds. And look at this massive area of gusty winds that has just been intensifying. This thing will not let up. This is going to hit Lewisburg, and really this neighborhood right in between Lewisburg and WIA is where we're talking about those strong winds right now. So where is that going to track off to? All of this area here for sure. So we are talking about we are talking about Riverview Estates, Peculiar, Belton, Greenwood, Pleasant Hill, Lone Jack, Lee Summit, Lake Lotawana. I think you are going to get the brunt of these strongest wind gusts that are said to approach 80 miles an hour. They may be over that over on the Kansas side, not sure. But right now we're holding thoughts for just south of Spring Hill as this comes into the Wea neighborhood, going to cross over state line and D Highway right at Jadon, just south of Aubrey on the Kansas side. Jadon at D Highway, Holmes Road, there on the Missouri side. So Belton and Raymore, heads up to you folks for some impactful, destructive wind gusts that are right off to your southwest. You have a few minutes, maybe up to 10 minutes. I'm going to call that about 10 minutes before those are to you. So the thunderstorm is the least of your concerns. It is these strong, damaging wind gusts. So there's a camera I'm looking at that's at Aubrey. I think it's just a little bit north of Aubrey, and it just makes it look like absolutely nothing is going on. So it's south. I don't see anything too exciting. This is 199th, 69 southbound at 199th is what you're looking at. I'm looking at the trees. They look fine. I think we'll check back on this one in a few minutes. But I think it's just a little bit further to the south there that we're talking about right now. Okay, so this is what we're focusing on at this point in time. We just have a strong thunderstorm with some potentially 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts. It's getting ready to cross over into Cass County and Jackson County there. On the south, we're talking about some big, strong, damaging winds that are probably headed for Cleveland, Peculiar, Riverview Estates, and may track up to the Belton. Now it makes me wonder if they may not just go a little bit south of there. That would be great for you guys. But let's take a look at the rest of the area real quick. We see something else dropping. I think it's going to be this. Yeah. Is there anything else to the south? No. So this has been extended as a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, for those 70-mile-per-hour winds and just a little bit bigger than 3/4-inch hail that's going to pick up Urich, Chilhowie, not quite to Warrensburg, but it's going to get all of 50 highway out here east of Lone Jack, Lake Lafayette, Odessa, Mayview, and go on up and pick up out to Norborn, Missouri as well. This is a huge severe thunderstorm warning, and this is going to go for the next hour because look at all this stuff that's going to track through there. So they must be hoping these are going to weaken. The winds are going to weaken just a little bit and down to maybe some up to 70-mile-per-hour winds by the time that it gets out to this area. But I think we're talking about damaging wind gusts all along here in this area with this warning. I think that's going to be the basis for that. So we'll go back down here to the south. And yeah, I mean, everything that I said was going to happen in Rich Hill and Butler looks like pretty much, right? Strong thunderstorms, but nothing severe warned for you guys down here right now. Thunderstorm activity in Rich Hill right now is going all the way down toward Walker. It's going to pick up El Dorado Springs, but none of that is severe warn. Looks like you guys just had that first wave that I was talking about in Nevada. So we'll pay attention for you guys down in Nevada to see what they do with this severe thunderstorm warning that's off to your west, southwest a little bit. Still picking up Fort Scott because there is some significant hail in that thing. I see well over 1 inch hail, most likely. Could be, anyway. It's out from the radar. But out here in the Hollister, Ronald area around the airport, Fort Scott Municipal Airport, kind of hate when that happens. But that is still severe warned on account of that hail that is possibly going to move through down there. So this could move over into Nevada territory. We'll see what happens with that. Love getting your messages, you guys. That's what I'm doing. Just people letting me know what is going on. And I appreciate knowing that very much. So let's go back up here. Oh, here it is right here. This is new. Here is a tornado warning. Not surprising. Look at the shape of this. Okay, so here is a tornado warning right now. This is radar indicated rotation. So take shelter right now in this polygon, this purple one. I know there's lots of stuff going on, but right here. So in the tornado warning right now is going to pick up peculiar in points to the north, Pleasant Hill, Greenwood, Lee Summit, Unity Village, and Belton. It's going to pick up Aubrey, going to go back and pick up Aubrey, swoop around. So this is going to encompass D Highway and that Riverview Estates that we've been talking about here. So what are they telling us in this? I was just going to see if I could spot it. There is some rotation there. Is that what they are talking about in this tornado warning? Near Cleveland, 7 miles southwest of Belton, moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. That part is awesome because this is going to go over you pretty quick. So they are concerned for a spin-up tornado, and it looks like, yeah, it looks like they're picking this up. Let's go see if I could spot it. Yeah, as this, they must be talking about this little corner down here that's right over D Highway right now at Cleveland. So we have some radar indicated rotation. I wonder if what it looked like a couple scans ago, but this is the area that we're talking about right now. So heads up, this is a tornado warning for some radar indicated rotation that looks to be down here over Cleveland right now. Cleveland, between Cleveland and Jadon, headed up to the northeast. So be in your safe spaces in Riverview Estates, Harrelson, Belton, Raymore. It is, even if it without that rotation, this is a strong thunderstorm with potential wind damage that is headed your direction. So even if we can't spot the rotation, everybody really does need to be taking their tornado precautions in Belton and Raymore. Same goes for Lake Winnebago out to Greenwood and Lee Summit. So we can check and see what has been updated with this. Still radar indicated, so nothing confirmed at this moment. We will see what signs we can see. There could be some potential lowering. I'm not really seeing anything that particularly stands out to me. But it could be right here. So it looks like we're still talking about Jadon. This could go back toward Metcalf Meadows. And all of this rotation in there that is going to be, you're not going to be able to see it for all the rain that's out in front of it. But it's all going to push off this direction. So right through Belton. And again, no indicators that anything has touched down. So here we go. Here is Belton, and you guys can see it. You can probably see it if you're off to the southwest there. There must be some rotation back there in the corner. You guys can't see it in Belton and Raymore, I bet. Maybe you can on the ground. You can probably see it. Maybe you can. Yep, look at this moving on the cameras. You guys can see it. Barely. It's kind of hard to see, but look up there in the top right corner. So we do have some rotation starting to overspread that area, possibly. But look at this ominous thunderstorm that's just starting to move up towards Belton. So here we are looking at a live view of Belton right now. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's go back to radar. Yeah, see? I mean, we just saw that. We were looking like right here, looking off to the southwest, and we could see this start to come in. So they are concerned for an area of rotation there. Don't see an update yet that says it's anything other than radar indicated rotation that's going on there, but this is the area that we need to be paying attention to right now. So once again, if you're just starting to see some impacts along I-49, we do have a tornado warning, and I'm mostly concerned with Belton and Raymore right now, as this is off to your southwest where there has been some rotation. But you also have strong damaging winds about to come through that territory as well. So heads up to this area. This tornado warning goes for the next 25 minutes. There will be some hail in there as well, possibly up to about the 3/4 inch size. So here, just to show you, here is 163rd Street. All is well. I think heavy rain is just starting to move into that neighborhood. But if I go to Belton, look what has changed since the last time that we looked there. This is moving in strong. It's going to hit I-49. Looks like it is just now starting to. Look at the camera starting to move. And this is right at I-49 there at the Belton exit. Still enough rotation popping up. This is what they're talking about right over Belton right now. To keep an eye on. So I will keep an eye on updates for Belton and Raymore right now. This is an area of rotation out on the edge of this storm. You guys can see right there. When we isolate all the wind in the area but what is in this storm, we can see that on this particular radar view. So there is rotation right now over Belton. Significant storm popping through there. Let me see what we can see. Oh, look at this, y'all. Here's Belton right now. This is the area that we're seeing that strong rotation. I mean, I don't know what you can see. I've seen a little bit on the camera, but there's going to be so much rain out in front of it. So this is impacting Belton right now. Looks like it's moving over I-49 as we speak. Let me see if I can get any updates on anything new in this situation. Still coming out as a radar indicated rotation. And what I see now is that this is right over, moving over 49. Here's the hospital. the medical center. And so this is rotating right over. If you could see it, it would look amazing, but scary, moving right over I-49 right now. Okay, I do see what could be some debris. There we have it. Tornado observed. So what are they telling us about this? A tornado was located over Raymore, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. So we do see it right here. This is where this is right now. We do have a tornado confirmed on the ground. It could be up over here by now, but on our last radar scan, we started to pick up some debris right out here to the north, just off to the northeast of Belton. So we have had a touchdown right there. I think it's in the area of, here is the hospital again. Here is Price Chopper. Here is the hotel, Hampton Inn and Suites. I think it has possibly just passed over this area. There's Cracker Barrel. Everybody knows where that is. Let's see what we can see. We need another scan. All right, so once again, everybody, there is a tornado on the ground. It has been confirmed. So if there's any updates over this? No. So everybody needs to be in their safe space for this tornado warning. This is a dangerous situation on account, obviously, because of the tornado, but obviously along the line, we also have some potential 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Look down here just to the south of Raymore. Is that where this is? I don't think so. I think it's further north. Let's go back to the cams and see what we can see. We know that we do have a confirmed tornado. So I see power flashes. I'm going to try to get you guys over here to this. There we go. Okay, and it is just, they've moved the camera. And so we're looking at McDonald's there on the west side of I-49. And I just saw a couple of really big power flashes come through. So I think on account of the rain, we can't see anything more than that. There's some more lightning. Let's hop back over to radar. Come on. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Sorry about that. Okay. So it looks like thunderstorm-wise, the worst of it right now is passing over the same area, right over the hospital, regional medical center, having possibly some very significant hail right there in that area, but it is just about through there, just absolutely pounding that area that we were just looking at there on the camera. Let's see what we think is happening with our tornado situation right now. Passing over Raymore, so let's see if we can pick it up on rotation. So yeah, I think this is possibly in the neighborhood of the golf club, Creekmore Golf Club, and headed out here, if it is still on the ground, which we're getting debris, still out here to the northeast of the golf club. So this is going to pick up 155th Street and probably just a little bit south. So I'm looking here between 163rd and 155th Street. We have had a confirmed tornado on the ground. So I'll get to some other areas, you guys, here in just a second. I think in the path of this, like I say, here's 150 at Southwest Pryor Road and potentially up here towards Lee Summit West along Southwest Ward also as well. So see if we have an update. Nothing new. Tornado observed up here in this area, most likely just passing over Raymore, somewhere around the golf club right now. Okay, so we'll check back. We'll look up there. We'll look for some updates to see what's happening with that situation. Everybody hang tight. You are tornado warned up there for very good reason. There is a severe thunderstorm warning that extends out to the east of this whole area. This is going to pick up where it's happening right now is along I-70 at Odessa out towards Higginsville. All this is severe thunderstorm warned as well. So let's look down here to the south. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that has happened while we were busy with tornadoes. This is going to pick up. Yeah, this is that stuff I was talking about 20 minutes ago for that stuff that was passing through Fort Scott. So I think it will pick up Nevada. Let's see what is in this. Up to 60 mile per hour winds possible. And 1.5 inch hail is radar indicated. And this is this area down here. It's warned out south of Milo, but we're really talking about Nevada, and I-49 I think is going to catch the brunt of that just north of Nevada. See where all this is going to track. So you do have some hail in that right now. I'm not sure that it's up around the 1 inch. So hopefully smaller than that. Let's see what we get a new scan for you guys. Strong thunderstorm, possibly some wind gusts. If there is, they're crossing over I-49 right about now. So you guys are severe thunderstorm warned out towards Shell City for the next 30 minutes for 60 mile per hour wind gusts. But I know that you have lots of thunder and lightning and possibly some small hail. But this will be warned on account, once again, of that potentially large hail and those wind gusts. Okay, so that is down to the south. I think things are pretty much finished up over towards Fort Scott right now. There's still a warning down over there. So let's go back and check the Kansas side. We'll go up that. Not seeing anything exciting over there right now. You guys don't need it. Let's go back up here. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning still for this line of thunderstorms. It's bowed out. We're going to lose. We're starting to lose definition on this right now because here's the radar. And so the radar cannot look up into the storm the closer that it gets. So we're going to have some difficulty there, but we know what is headed that direction, and that is strong, strong thunderstorm wind gusts. Let's see what radar was picking up. We're about to lose good information, but we had strong wind gusts here at 58 and 291, probably up around the 60 plus mile per hour category. So that's what we have for severe thunderstorm activity. Let's see what we think is going on with our tornadic activity. Do we still have something on the ground? I'm not sure. I can't say. If so, if that's what's giving us a little bit of a dust up, then it is. We have a radar indicated right now. So I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, consider these wind gusts. We could have debris like crazy. So possibly nothing still on the ground out to the northeast of Raymore. That's what that last update made me think. That would be awesome. But you guys still have strong winds knocking through that area. So I'll see what I can find on a camera view here for you guys in a second. What else is happening around the region? I think that's it. For the big stuff, we can go out over towards Clinton right now. You guys have thunderstorm activity, not severe warned, but it does pick up as you go up 7 Highway. There are thunderstorms over Urick and Blairstown that are warned right now for wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour for the next 1 hour. This goes all the way out towards almost to Warrensburg, so picking up Holden. Hello to the folks in Holden and Kingsville. You guys are severe thunderstorm warned, although I don't see anything going on in your neighborhood there right now. Butler, Rich Hill, Adrian, it's just a thunderstorm. Nothing new per se down there in your area. So Nevada, as I just said, you guys have 27 more minutes on that severe thunderstorm, possibly some hail. I do see that holding together as it comes over state line. I think it's going to go just north of Nevada as far as hail. So hail right now, we can get really specific, is out here at Richards, just south, and there's H Highway and O Highway. So that's where it's about to be, and it's going to head up towards Blaine, possibly Dean Ford, Reinhardt, Horton neighborhoods, probably impacted by some hail in that severe thunderstorm. So we have a new damage report up here in Belton. What is this telling us? Public report of a tornado touchdown. Just like we said. So it looks like everything is starting to clear up in Belton and Raymore. Rain is just about done there for you guys in Raymore. You have a little bit of light rain left to go. But the bulk of the activity now, and like I say, we're going to, closer we get to the radar, actually is probably going right toward the radar in terms of the strongest, most damaging winds. So they could impact 150 and up to James Reed Wildlife Area. All of that obviously still under that tornado warning. I think we're back to radar indicated rotation there. Here's the situation at Belton Raymore right now. Considerably calmer than what it just was. So we get out south of that area. If we go down 49, all is well in Harrisonville right now. Let's go down towards Archie, Adrian. All is great. Adrian, Passaic, Butler, just thunderstorms. Not warned. They are noisy, though. They are crazy noisy. This goes all the way out toward like Appleton City, Rockville. You guys don't have a warning out there, but there are strong storms probably headed your direction down here over Nevada right now. Okay, get caught up on comments. All right, so Rich Hill, Kim wants to know about Rich Hill. So you guys are not severe warned, but I mean, geez, you might as well be, because a few miles to your south there is a severe warned thunderstorm. So no, I don't see it being kicked out yet. But there is a really strong thunderstorm off to your southwest. It's over PP Highway, just outside of Rich Hill there. Over the conservation area right now. So strong thunderstorm out there that does have a little bit of hail in it. And that's going to hit Rich Hill. It probably is right now. So there's that color you were mentioning to me, Kim. But like I say, just below severe limits, everything here in very southern Bates County. So that's a good sign. They will be strong and noisy. Obviously, lots of rain has come down. I haven't talked too much about that, but a flood warning for some of our more low-lying and flood-prone areas, picking up some significant rain. We can take a look at that later on. So we'll kind of loop the radar here and see which way things are headed. So you guys can see it too. Everything going off toward the northeast. So, as of right now, there is a body of thunderstorms that has not been severe warned in a while. I've been kind of watching it out of the corner of my eye over here to see what's happening next. But it's out here in the Garnett, Kansas neighborhood right now, and all this is going to move through Paola and Harrisonville next. But it's not severe warned right now. So that's a good sign. It's about like all this stuff over here in Bates County. Speak a little too soon. So there is a good thunderstorm still down here off to the southwest. This is just picking up Buffalo and Humboldt, 60 mile per hour winds and up to 1 inch hail. So we could see along this line, we could see these strong thunderstorms kicked up to severe status as they get over close to Mound City. That's where this one is headed. So things are pretty chill in Mound City right now, but let's go ahead and track this thunderstorm up there for you guys. Bring that over to about the Mound City neighborhood in about 45 minutes before significant to possibly severe thunderstorms pick back up for your neighborhood over there in Mound City. Okay, so we have two, but I'm going to do this one first. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for where I just said it was nice and calm. And so let's see what is happening with this. I think, winds are going to start to come into southern Bates County. That's what this is. So a severe thunderstorm warning now picking up Adrian, Passaic, Butler, as strong thunderstorm activity starts to go really between New Home and Rich Hill there, you guys. This is going to pass over just about all of Bates County. Look where this is going to go, right over Butler and out towards up towards Urick eventually. But this is a strong thunderstorm that we're being told now, up to 60-mile-per-hour winds, some 3/4 inch hail. So I think it's the winds. Look at some of these wind gusts that are going to start picking up Rich Hill. So caution to you guys probably there right now. What's going on in Rich Hill? My Rich Hill people. So probably some strong wind gusts, and there is more to come through your neighborhood. So I think that is probably what triggers this warning. The hail is still there, but it's not as significant as it was. So we have all of the above with some small hail down here at New Home and Rich Hill, out around the U Highway neighborhood. So that's in the mix, but I think it's all the wind, you guys, that's going to start gusting into. Let me loop that for you. Boom, there it goes. Just gusting strongly up over into Rich Hill, I bet. So that's what triggers that one. And then I thought I saw something pop up out west. Pretty sure it did. I don't think it's populating right now. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, here we go. So this is over in Kansas, and I'm going to talk about the 59 highway corridor, where there's a severe thunderstorm right now, and this is warned out towards Greeley. Same thing, I bet. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and some 3/4 inch hail, and that one goes on for the next 18 minutes. So that one just cropped up into my views that I did not see earlier. So plenty of thunderstorm activity right now between Nevada. If we go up and down I-49, severe warned thunderstorm goes all the way up to Rich Hill, where we have strong wind gusts and possibly some small hail. Looks like maybe we've lost some hail just as it goes out to the northwest of Rich Hill, but this is going to come for Butler. So possibly some strong wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Butler and maybe points to the south. It might miss you there to the south. So neighborhoods that this might impact. Draw myself a line. And then all I have to do is follow it. So we're talking about Peru and the 52 highway corridor. Peru N highway. Here's N and 52 for these strong winds. I think they're already there. I think it's already gusty, but you have possibly some stronger gusts coming through. These might land up around Spruce. H highway is where these might go as well and wind up out towards Johnstown. Lots of lightning and thunder in Butler, Sean says. You're welcome, Vicky. I'm glad to see you on here. Storm about to go through Lane, Kansas. I have not focused specifically on Lane. Yes, absolutely. Look at that. I don't think it's severe warned at the moment, so it's what's left of what has been a severe warned thunderstorm coming up at the 169 corridor there. I still see a little bit of hail over Greeley, but it might just miss you. It might take 169. But yep, storming good in Lane, going to storm in Osawatomie here in a few minutes as well. Let's go back up here and check where some of our bigger activity was. So all of this is what we have been dealing with up in Cass County is now making itself out to the edge of the Warren Polygon, and we're continuing with our strong wind gusts, I bet. We need to make it a little further past the radar site there to know for sure, but it looks like that is possibly coming into, if it's as strong as it was, it's coming into Lone Jack and E Highway down towards Strasburg as well. So severe thunderstorm warned out towards Odessa and Warrensburg on the other end of that. So heads up where it's relatively calm right now. A severe thunderstorm is headed your way. All right, so the heaviest downpours right now are at Nyhart and just about to pass over the 49 highway area there. And so this is going to hit the Peru neighborhood pretty good at 52 and YY highway here. That's where things are going to get the strongest in a second. Butler is going to pick up significant thunderstorm activity as well. It's starting to rain. It's going to pour, and there might be some small hail into that as well within the next few minutes coming through the Butler community. This is a severe warned thunderstorm for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well. How are we doing down in Nevada? Did the bulk of it miss you off to the north, kind of like I thought? I still see some pretty good hail out here, just crossing over I-49 right now, down in the Vernon County neighborhood. But it looks like things are clearing up nicely in Nevada for the moment, and I don't see anything off to your southwest. So that's cool for you guys down there, kind of on the corner. Basically, I just see look at from like the 54 highway, look at all that's kind of left to hit this corridor right here. Will they be severe or not? But plenty of heavy downpours left, I think, in that corridor right there. Jimmy says, I just heard it was a touchdown in Belton. Yes, it was, but we're past that now. I don't know. I don't know anything else about it. Been doing this, so I haven't looked at social media to see what they're saying about that. Pouring and wind west of Butler, Tina says. Yep. Pouring rain in Rich Hill. Okay. So I see winds strong all the way from like south of Butler, winding down through Rich Hill, almost to Nevada. That's where these strong, damaging wind gusts are right now. They're going to push off towards the Appleton City, Montrose neighborhood. That's where they are headed next. So we are severe thunderstorm warned out to the northeast of Butler as well, out towards Clinton. For these thunderstorms that are currently off to your southwest, if you're between Montrose and Clinton, where you have had a thunderstorm activity already, but we have a severe thunderstorm warning out there as well. 60-mile-per-hour winds and up to 3/4 inch hail is headed off to your north and east. So currently out there in, like, I think, yeah, Pleasant Gap neighborhood, Peru, going to cross 52. It's going to head out here towards Spruce. Spruce is going to get a thunderstorm. Johnstown and out towards the New Piper area as well. So all of that is in the path of a strong thunderstorm. severe thunderstorm warned, all of this area for the next 1 hour. So this will be mostly on account of wind, guys. The hail is significant. Can you hear that? Jeez. But wind is mostly triggering these severe thunderstorm warnings at this time. So wind damage and some hail. That's what we've been talking about for the last couple days. So I'm glad I'm not seeing any other surprises cropping up across the region right now. Look at all the wind, though. Let me go back to that. Look at the strong wind gusts from up here in Warrensburg, has passed over Garden City, Blairstown, Holden, strong wind gusts out there right now. But look, I think we're talking about starting to finally work on eastern Bates County for these possibly damaging wind gusts that we will have. So what are you all having? It's so still in Pleasant Gap. Okay. So I don't know if the damaging winds will hold together to get you guys in Pleasant Gap, but I don't see anything else to be worried about besides this thunderstorm activity. So just a strong thunderstorm and some possible wind damage off to your southwest. I hear your thunder before I know. Well, I have a good microphone. That's all I can say. I feel like I'm trying to yell over the thunder. All right, so let's go north to south because look where everything is right now. On the Kansas side, starting out and then going up and picking up Drexel, Archie, Adrian is a severe thunderstorm warning for the next 39 minutes. I think in Drexel, Merwin, Amsterdam, Amoret, things are cool right now. Strong thunderstorm is off to your west. It is going to impact you in about the next 7 to 9 minutes. And that bulletin is for wind gusts up to 60 mile per hour and some 3/4 inch hail. We can look at hail region wide here in a second. I think that would be pretty helpful to do. If we go straight across over to the east, all of Butler, Passaic, Adrian, clear out towards Clinton is severe thunderstorm warned for the next hour as strong thunderstorms right now are moving over Butler, strongest over Butler right now, I think. Maybe even a little bit of hail off here to the south-southwest of the Butler area, but raining solid all the way out to Passaic. Look at the size of this thunderstorm that goes all the way down to Shell City, which is also severe thunderstorm warned. We'll see if they kick that out a little bit further off toward the east. You guys are finally ending up done down there in Nevada as things go off towards M Highway and the conservation area. I hear a new warning, but I think it is a flood warning, or it's this. Yeah. Well, we could certainly go back over here and talk about this. This is a severe thunderstorm warned area that is now picking up all of Kincaid. It's going to hit Centerville, where it is thunderstorming right now, so you guys have more to go. All of this severe warned thunderstorm activity right now is going to wind up over hitting Lacine again. So that's going to track towards Merwin and Drexel. So you're getting a little bit of a break over here right now. But off to your southwest of Drexel, Merwin area, you guys have a severe thunderstorm off to your south and west. So give that one about 8 minutes to get up into your territory. I think that will eventually find Harrisonville and Garden City once again as well. So are you guys getting any winds yet out in Peru Pleasant Gap? It's interesting to know. Any storms headed toward Garden City. So there's Garden City. So we'll go ahead and look out. Yes, I think there are. But the bulk of stuff might just kind of miss you to the south. Be much heavier to your south. But yeah, there are all of these clusters now of you know, I keep thinking we will hit the time frame where they start to weaken out, but it's not as late as I think it is. It's only 6 o'clock, so plenty of energy left to work with. But yeah, there's a good bit left. I think all of this will push off through Garden City, Harrisonville, and by all this I mean all of this stuff over here on the Kansas side. We'll see how strong it is once it gets over there. But yeah, I think all of this will impact Harrisonville. We'll cruise through Rich Hill, a little bit more left over there as well. So, yep, I'm afraid so. Nothing in Rockville, just lightning and thunder. No wind north of Adrian. Good deal. It's about to catch a break up and down I-49. So Butler, Passaic, Adrian, Archie. The worst of it is just about past you. It might be by now. Being just a little bit behind here. So I see a good punch of hail out here. Really kind of along where M Highway, Ketterman, 00, Fairhaven. It's going to pick up Shell City, you guys. So whatever hail is going on down in this area right now, we can look. It might be 3/4 inch. To cruise through your neighborhood, and it will pick up Shell City. So you probably have some hail headed you guys' direction over there. Maybe Rockville. So we can finally see the end of this. That's a good thing. I mean, I can tell you where it's safe to not pay any more attention. Burlington, Emporia, Ottawa. I think you guys are good. Eureka, Yates Center. I think you guys are good. So that's all pretty awesome. We have a severe thunderstorm warning expiring in a couple of minutes up here in Cass County. So that's pretty great. In terms of what is behind that, well, clusters. I'm going to take this line right here. So there are patchy thunderstorms headed through the area that we had our tornado, and we had really strong wind gusts. So there are some more patchy thunderstorms. Don't know if people in that neighborhood need to be getting outside, taking a look at things and picking things up or looking for damage. I don't know, but you have all these little clusters of thunderstorms that are going to cruise through if you're out and about in that neighborhood. Don't say what? What did I say, Matt? It's going to stay calm? Okay. Sorry. You're welcome, Michelle. Thank you very much. Awesome to have you on here. Well, I'll get by with a little help from our friends. No winds in Pleasant Gap. Just heavy rain. That's awesome. Good. Good. So warned out of an abundance of caution down there, but glad to hear that. Radar is not reliable for wind. It's just not. So give us a clue. But got to know what you're seeing. That's why I ask you guys so much. I love knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, so it correlates and it just helps me do a better job. So looking good over in Paola, Lewisburg, Miami County, getting over into Cass County. You guys have some thunderstorm activity left to come your way. Same for Lee Summit, Blue Springs. There's an old warning. They're going to let that drop off like right now. That's cool. Starting to finish up along 49, but look, there's stuff off to the west. It might, I think it's Harrisonville. I think it's Harrisonville. If anybody gets severe warn next, we have to see what the strength of these things are doing. Wind and hail both. I think there's still some wind gusts probably left in those. And we can look at hail. We can look at the trend. That gives us a really good idea. So, this is one tool to look at hail, and all you really need to know is darker colors mean bigger hail, more density. So look at how things are kind of falling out. Let me see, make sure you guys can see this. My screen is a little bigger than yours. Wait for it to look at all the hail that went through Ottawa, and then it got to Spring Hill and Raymore, and it was about done. So things up there are weakening, so we can see why the warnings have dropped off up to the north. That's kind of, this is one way that I look at kind of overall trends, so I can see why they have let those warnings go up to the north and the northeast. That's awesome. So as we go down here a little bit further to the south, it is happening, just not as quickly. Look at Fort Scott and Nevada. That's why that warning was kicked over there across state line and still goes, because it does still have some hail in it, along with wind gusts down there. So it's not weakening so much down to the south right now is the big conclusion that we can draw from all that. So what is severe thunderstorm right now, warned right now? What is the bottom line here? Really, Lacine, Drexel, Mound City, crossing over state line, Merwin, Amsterdam, Amoret. Still has 30 minutes to go in this severe thunderstorm warning. We're talking about wind gusts. We have had some hail, but we're talking about wind gusts and heavy downpours in this. And that continues all the way over here across the I-49 corridor at Butler, Passaic, Adrian, headed out really 18 highway there over towards Clinton. All of this is severe thunderstorm warned for these great big huge thunderstorms cruising through with this front. Yeah, so it's, the front is here, y'all. It is 72 up here around, what, Warrensburg. Still, let's get another minute. It's about 68 in Harrisonville, so it is happening. The front is impacting. It's down to 61 out towards Ottawa. So these are the frontal storms that we have long awaited. So a new severe thunderstorm warning. Is this polygon that is Warrensburg, Concordia, Higginsville, Alma, Marshall, Malta Bend, Waverly. What are we talking about here? Still 60-mile-per-hour winds, up to 3/4-inch hail or a little bit bigger for all of you in this polygon. This will go for the next 42 minutes. So that is our newest severe thunderstorm warning. All of this will continue to rumble along Miami County and Bates County on its way over to Henry County. I just feel, encouraged. I mean, by and large, big picture, we have, except for Belton, only had severe thunderstorms to talk about. So have they renewed this over here on the Kansas side? Or is it? My eyes are tired. Oh, yep, there it is. Until 6:30. We're going to kick that out. So 6:03. So until 6:30 is this severe thunderstorm warning right here for this big old glob of a thunderstorm. And what's it have in it? It has wind gusts in it, most likely. And does it have some small hail in it as well? Yeah, a little bit. If it has hail, It's about half inch, 3/4 inch hail is between. It's coming along 1095, just southwest of Lacine. It's going to head up towards Lacine though, and Lacine Corner, Lacine Lake. You guys may get some hail in this thunderstorm. New thunderstorm warning is out for, or renewed for the next 26 minutes, taking effect for Urick, Creighton, Blairstown, Chilhowie, Holden, Lake Lafayette, Odessa, crossing 070. Just all of this lifting off toward the northeast is what is now severe thunderstorm warned for what is strongest in Urick and Blairstown. Don't see much hail, maybe a little bit out here to the south of Chilhowie. So this is between like Garden City and Chilhowie that you are severe thunderstorm warned, as all this is going to start lifting off your direction. But that's what it is right now, is a gusty, heavy downpour, loud thunder and lightning, heavy storm. Haven't seen anything else to be excited about. Besides just some boomer thunderstorms. So we are getting through it, you guys. It is 6:05. I am starting to see the end of this thing. It's going to put down. We're going to have to watch. I don't really enjoy seeing things like this. We could still see some damaging wind gusts that would head off this direction. Fort Scott, maybe get out towards Nevada again. As segments bow like that, we could start talking about more damaging winds down there. Rain and wind again, just north of Paola. So we'll run over to Paola. Not severe warned. But what's the difference? It is severe warned, not very far south of you. So looks like that all of that activity right now is crossing 69 highway. So heads up to Lewisburg, heads up to Westline, heads up to Drexel, just about to come into here. Rain is picking up right now in Drexel. It is raining solid out towards Lynn Valley, Lacine, Merwin, and Amsterdam. Michelle says lots of damage in Belton to roads. Slide offs and window blown out. Sliding and window blown out. Siding and window blown out. I bet. You're welcome, Joyce. So from Adrian to Camdenton. Ramey says, Adrian, clear on over to Camdenton. Well, let's take a look. I mean, they're going to drive out of it, but you have a lot left to get through. They're essentially going to have to make it to Deepwater, or I don't know which way they're going, but they're going to have to make it to like the 13 highway corridor before they're out of severe thunderstorm activity. I mean, it's going to be a lot to drive in until, depending which way you go, but yeah, over here around Osceola, so which is not severe thunderstorm warned right now, by the way. I haven't talked to you guys over there on the eastern side yet. Sorry. I did the other night, though, didn't I? It's been a long week. Are you tired of this? Not being a drama king. I love that. You guys can say that all you want. Thank you very much. Nope. I just tell you what is possible, right? I just tell you what is possible, but we're not after clicks and yeah, that's not how this is paid for. It's not how this works. So how is it, did you ask? What a great time for a break. And I actually see a really good sign. We'll take that after this break where I talk about State Line Group, Kyle Best and Hume. This is what it takes to bring live local coverage. I enjoy doing it, but the sponsors make it possible. So hop over on their Facebook page if not too much storm activity is going on in your neck of the woods. They're awesome about taking pictures of things they have done, the equipment that they have. It's pretty great. You can see all the things that they can do. And that contraption over in the lower left, it's not a contraption at all. That's possibly a life-saving contraption. It's a storm shelter. And so it's awesome to have local vendors for storm shelters. So give them a shout, would you please, if you think you might have some work that they can do for you. So this is the good sign that I was talking about over here, and I was just got done saying I wasn't talking about Lowry City and Osceola too much, but as things reach over here to this area, we've gone down to, this is the first one tonight, a special weather statement, which is a notch below a severe thunderstorm warning. So that's pretty awesome. So winds maybe up to 50 miles per hour. We qualify for that. So weakening a little bit as we head over there. They will still be strong. Pay attention still, but that's a good sign. So over here off to, let's go a little bit further up toward the northwest. We have updated this one out until 6:45 p.m. for a severe thunderstorm warning that is picking up back to Butler, but it's really this activity over here around Montrose, up toward 18 Highway, Clinton, out toward Urick, up along 7 Highway. You guys are severe thunderstorm warned as this thing moseys on through your neighborhood for the next 33 minutes. So this is going to pick up Clinton. That's next on its list. It's strong over 52 at Montrose right now. Absolutely. Finishing up a little bit there in Germantown and out towards Johnstown. But look at the size of this thunderstorm. This is huge, all the way from K Highway up at Piper. And it is going to soak Clinton here in just a few minutes. That is next up. As we go up here to the north, we have this warning still in effect for 18 minutes for Blairstown, Chilhowie, Holden. This has taken a northeasterly track, but it's going to clip again as it has Holden out to Garden City. All of you guys are still severe thunderstorm warned for the next 18 minutes. So I said more thunderstorm activity was going to find Harrisonville. Am I right? Now I hear a warning dropping. But I don't see a warning dropping. I am confused. So where will storms continue? I mean, you guys can kind of see it. Given the path of things, Mound City has more storms to go. Butler has more thunderstorms to go. Probably Clinton, Windsor out towards Sedalia. Probably up here like Lacine, Harrisonville maybe. Get up here. Over towards Warrensburg. I think that's the path. You guys can see how the cold front is pressing in to keep an eye on these temperatures. It is 61 out towards Ottawa, so the cold front's like right here. Storms are right along the front. 60 degrees in Kansas City already. It's 80 in Columbia. Okay, so Greg needs more coffee and a break. That's what I need. I'm going to let you guys watch the radar. So I expect to come back, and there better be comments telling me everything that I missed. Which I don't expect. Well, that's what I was. Yeah, I was going to say. If anything crops up, it's going to be north of this stuff, and it's about to pick up Harrisonville. Was going to be my guess, but is this? This is an extension of all this that's moving up through Blairstown, Holden. We already knew about that. So I'm kind of looking to see what we do up in this area as this stuff moves through. You know, Harrisonville, going to get another warning kicked out, although the storm's already moving out of the polygon and they haven't. There we go. So, all right, you guys are the forecasters. You get to watch. I'm going to take myself out of here for a minute. Grab a drink, walk around, take a break. I'll be back in a few minutes. We're going to leave the stream up so you guys can watch. That's what I'm going to do. I am just going to disappear, and you don't have to listen to me for a few minutes. I will be back. All right, that was a good break. What did I miss? Well, it looks like I'm back just in time, unfortunately. We better head down here towards Osceola. What is happening down here towards Lowry City, maybe in Osceola? We have a tornado warning for some radar indicated rotation. Let's see if we can see this. So this is a tornado warning that is going to pick up Lowry City, Osceola, 13 Highway. Make sure you guys can hear me. 13 Highway, Osceola, for the next 40 minutes. Do some radar indicated rotation. So take shelter, please, in this area right now. This is a brand new tornado warning due to some radar indicated rotation. Sure enough, and it looks like this is going to be talking about over B Highway, Monegaw Springs, headed out towards Chalk Level. We had rotation here the other night, almost in the exact same spot. So that's where we're seeing this right now. This is radar indicated rotation, and we do have a tornado warning. Let's go ahead and take a deep look at this. This is the area that we need to pay attention to. So I do see possible debris. So this is going to be an area, it's going to be a little bit, it's going to be hard to get a report for what is going on down here. But I do see possible debris and absolutely strong radar indicated rotation, tight rotation, right here in the B Highway neighborhood. So B Highway, crossing over B Highway, headed out towards the Chalk Level. Everybody needs to be in their safe spaces for sure. Be taking cover out here. Trying to get a little bit more up-to-date information if I can on what is happening out here in this neighborhood. Trying to get a little bit more up-to-date. So once again, just jumping on here, we do have a tornado warning, and it looks like there is another one picking up just out here to the west. So we now have a tornado warning for Butler as well. So we have radar indicated rotation for the next 22 minutes, a tornado warning. So be in your safe spaces. If you are in Butler, looks like this is just going to not quite include Passaic. So this is Butler, clear out to the northeast of Butler. We do have a tornado warning. Let's go ahead and see what is prompting this for some tight rotation that is just off to the southwest of Butler. Looks like this is over the Foster New Home area right now. This is going to impact maybe just to the south of Butler. This is going towards the Peru neighborhood out along O and N highways out here south of Butler. There is at least radar indicated tight rotation off to your southwest. So we have a tornado warning in effect right now for Butler. Goes clear on out toward Appleton City as we do have some tight rotation. We'll see what else we can see about it. Maybe is there a little bit of debris? Can't say for sure. Off to the southwest there, we will wait for a confirmation. We're going to call that radar indicated rotation right now, but it is possible that we're starting to see a little bit of debris cropping up here along U Highway. Still waiting to see what happens. So a touchdown might be imminent here along U Highway, I am guessing. U Highway, this is like the Foster community, but just off a little bit to the east, headed out towards Nyhart. Wow, things have taken a turn back up. So everybody be paying attention. This is a tornado warning for the Butler area right now. We have at least radar indicated rotation and possibly a touchdown imminent out to the southwest of Butler. So here is Butler, everybody. This is like the Foster community where we're seeing this tightly wrapped rotation right now. This looks a little bit better to me, like maybe there is not debris at the moment. Cannot be sure. Individual returns could be a little bit of debris, maybe out around the Nyhart neighborhood. The difficulty with these is, look at all the rain that's going to be like right in front of that. So it's going to be hard to see maybe Hoping there's pockets where somebody can get eyes and see exactly what's happening there. But once again, so we have 2. Let's see if we have any more. I just see 2 tornado warnings right now. So this one is picking up Bates County, Hume, Foster, Butler especially, and points to the southwest. Everybody needs to be taking tornado precautions to be in their safe spaces, as there is radar indicated rotation just off to the southwest of Butler. We will wait and see what we can get in an update there. See what information that we can come up with. I think it's just there's been no confirmation posted anyway, so I'm going to hang out and say that I think that this is radar indicated rotation. Every reason for that actually looks a little bit better to me right now. Yeah, it looks like it's weakened out, but it's still there. It is still there, but there was definitely a pocket of tight rotation there. It may still... see what we can find out, but I'm not discouraged at the moment. So that is that area. But hey, everybody, it is possible, and it could wrap up again. So I want everybody in their safe spaces for sure, here in this part of Bates County, Butler for sure, as we have had a little spin up. Try to get started there along this line. That's the risk with these things, that these lines that move through. The good news is, like hopefully what we just saw, the good news is they're not those long track tornadoes in a line like this, but they can touch down and do some damage. So we have to be vigilant. So we do have a warning there for the next 17 minutes here in Bates County. We'll keep an eye on that very, very closely. We need to go back over here towards Lowry City, Osceola, though. Let's talk about you folks for a second. What is going on over here? You guys have a tornado warning also for the next 32 minutes. Okay, I do see some wrapped rotation, and it still says that this is radar indicated, but I see really what could be debris. Hard to say for sure kind of on the edge like this, but there could be debris here just about to cross over 13 highway. Does anybody know any different down from that area? So no confirmation down there, but we do have tight rotation, and that's about all that radar is going to do for us. And it looks like if there is anything, it's going on. It's south of Lowry City, crossing 13 highway right now. Right here, where the road goes back toward the northeast. So between Osceola and Lowry City. I'm not sure if anything is on the ground, but there has been tight rotation there in your area. So everybody in your safe space. What we can do is we can talk about where this is headed. So everybody needs to be in the safe space all the way out toward Browns Ford and C Highway. So here is CC Highway, and here is C Highway, would be in the path of whatever that is, still there over 13. It might just be really tight rotation because there's nothing confirmed yet. So we'll try and come back and check on that one in a few minutes. So the southern edge of this has really picked up here in the last little minute, guys. It's trying to spin up some activity. Let's go back over here in Bates County. So I still do not see anything confirmed. And can we look down in Hume? Absolutely. Yeah, Hume is not in the warning. So the rotation that we saw was over like at Foster and has moved on. I'll check that in a second. But Hume is not in the tornado warning, you guys. It picks up at Foster, which is where that rotation was spotted, and it goes off to the northeast. So Virginia is not in the warning. The airport is not in the warning, but Butler proper is in the tornado warning. So all of that said, and it includes Rich Hill as well, down to the south. You guys are also tornado warned. What time do we have left on this? 15 minutes. Now let's see what we can see. So the warning dropping, I'm just listening to see what that is. So still not seeing confirmation that something is on the ground. Whatever is suspicious is between Butler and Rich Hill, crossing over I-49. I have been pockets of tight rotation in here. Not really able to identify a specific signature. But areas that I'm concerned about, it is Peru. It's going to be like Peru up here towards Spruce. So like H and 52. That's going to be the area to watch. Tornado warning for Adrian? No. Nope. We are talking about Butler. Literally Butler, not Passaic. New Home, Rich Hill, and on out towards Appleton City is tornado warned for some rotation. No confirmation. I've seen some questionable things on radar, but I really can't identify a specific signature. So, keep in mind, we only get these radar scans that are little slices periodically. So what's going on between scans, don't know. But there has been pockets of tight rotation. So the area that I'm paying attention to is Peru, 52 Highway, H Highway, Spruce. Everybody needs to be in your safe spots. We'll see if we get any more updates. Right now, still just radar indicated rotation that we've seen plenty of in this area from just the other side of 49 at Foster, clear over here. So what do we have now? An updated tornado warning is going to pick up for radar indicated rotation. Let's see what we have. Okay. So radar indicated rotation from 633, let's see, located over Rich Hill, moving east at 55 miles per hour. So let's see if we can pick up on that. There we go. So yeah, some more rotation right now over Rich Hill down here in the corner of this polygon. Looks like we're trying to tighten up down here over Rich Hill. So everybody be paying attention. Rich Hill, especially directly east of Rich Hill. B Highway, all out east of Rich Hill, and the Pleasant Gap neighborhood, all out east of Rich Hill. We have radar indicated rotation right now over Rich Hill. Looks like it's going to pass over I-49 if it has not already. So that is our area of concern. Definite tight rotation there. It looks like it is crossing over I-49, right? Just barely north of Rich Hill right now. So Peru, you are still in the tornado warning along N Highway. I think there is still some weak rotation out there, and moving towards the Pleasant Gap area. There is plenty of weak rotation in that neighborhood right now, but I don't see anything too much more. I mean, it is rotating along towards N and O Highway. So everybody in your safe spaces down there. There's also this patch down here. If we had a new scan, this does not look quite. Yeah, it does. There is still rotation out just to probably the northeast of Rich Hill. Okay, we need to wait for a new scan right here and see what we see. Okay, while we wait for an update, let's talk about our 2 tornado warnings just so everybody knows exactly what's up. So Butler is now out of the tornado warning. This tornado warning picks up southeast of Butler, and it picks up Peru, 52, where we have seen rotation a little bit south of there, out along O, out towards Hudson. All of that has been rotating, and then we had another tight pocket of rotation down here north of Rich Hill that's moving out to the northeast as well. So the purple polygon here, if you live in that area, you need to be in your tornado safe space for the next 8 minutes. We'll see what happens with that warning. So haven't gone over here towards Lowry City and Osceola in a hot minute. Let's check them out as well. There is 22 minutes left on this tornado warning. No confirmation of a touchdown yet over there. And I see maybe signs that that has weakened out. It's weakening. I'll say that. It's still there. But the area that's rotating now, it's going to be over Browns Ford. C, NN, it's off toward Fox Run. There's still some, not super weak. There's still some rotation over there. So big picture, you guys, this is what's going on. We kind of thought that we had a good lull, but it's this southern punch has these little linear spin-ups. The good news about these things is that being in a line like this, they should not be so long. So we hope not to see hooks, but being in these linear orientations for these thunderstorms should be a little bit better bet that they would be safe if anything does touch down. So no updates here. We have radar indicated rotation out north of Rich Hill, north and east, headed off towards Appleton City. I see like that has weakened out as well. Anything might be, there might be some weak rotation right here around Pleasant Gap. What are you guys seeing out there? What can you see out south and east of Butler? There's tons of rain, right? So nothing. But yeah, you probably can't see anything from Butler. So if you can see anything, it's probably from like W Highway. So if you guys see anything or know what's going on out there in that neighborhood, let me know. That would be great. West of Butler off 52, is that clear? Very clear. There is nothing but some rain going on out there right now. I mean, it is clear from Pleasant Hill, Harrisonville, Archie, Adrian. It is all clear to the east. Let's actually back out and see, let's hop over and do the composite radar. So yeah, there's a composite update. Look, I mean, all of this here is resume your evening. Have a great night to you folks out there in Kansas. The front has done what it's going to do for you guys. We are not concerned over there anymore. We are concerned maybe coming into Nevada again. We might have some strong wind gusts picking up, but there's no warning out for you guys right now. Just kind of a line of thunderstorms getting ready to take through your area again. So let's update our tornado radar indicated. So nothing telling me that anything else has happened. We just need to hang tight. Everybody hang tight with me. 5 minutes. I know it feels like forever. I've been live streaming for all week, basically. If I can do it, you guys can do it. Hang out with me. Be in your safe space. Be safe. No confirmation. We did have some rotation. It had weakened last time I looked. It is still rotating, so we're right to be in our space. If you're ever in your safe space, this is the time. But I see weak rotation. So unless something jumps back up before I can catch it, this looks better. Matt says nothing in Rockville, but he knows it's on the way. Yes, sir. So we're going to hang out over these two areas for sure until these warnings are allowed to expire. I think we're in the home stretch, guys. I think we're in the tail end of it. I really do. I'm a little bit surprised, but it's only 6:41. There's potential left. So this tornado warning has 3 more minutes left in it. I'm going to see what happens to it. Multiple reports of power lines down and power outages have been reported in Bates County. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. I was looking up at Belton. That's what I was doing for my break. I was going to tell you guys about that, and then all of this happened. Up in Belton. Oh, I can't remember the name of the road. Mullen Road, I think, in Belton. They were talking about, there was a lot of roof damage, a lot of siding, a lot of stuff like that blown off. There were down power lines, and there were some trees along, I think it was Mullen Road. So I didn't get to listen to a whole lot more of that report, but there is damage up there in Belton. They were just getting out there to check that out. So I'm sure you guys can look around on social media while it's a little hard for me to do that. I can kind of do this or that. So, okay, so over here in the tornado warning area, due to all that rotation that we saw, still nothing confirmed, but let's go over here and talk about north and east of Lowry City. So now there is a new tornado warning that's going to pick up Warsaw for radar indicated rotation. Until 7:30 p.m., there was a tornado 7 miles east of Lowry City or 14 miles southwest of Warsaw, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour, capable of producing a tornado. So let's go ahead and see kind of big broad scale here what we can see. It would be this right here, which is neither weak nor tight. I'm not exactly sure how to classify that for you, but it is rotating. Let's do that over Fox Run and ZZ Highway. So kind of out here to the north edge of this warned polygon. Everybody needs to be in their safe space as we go out past ZZ Highway, out towards like Valley View, Wisdom, Tackner, Warsaw. That area of rotation, which is not super tight, but it is rotating. I think it's been rotating for a while. Is that the area that I was looking at last? So you all are in the path of this, and I just saw MM Highway. So if those are your neighborhoods, here is some rotation right here that we're being tracked. So there is a tornado warning where it is, and there's a tornado warning out for you guys as well. That's going to go for the next 46 minutes for this thunderstorm that has some rotation going on in it right now. It is back. If you're in Warsaw, this is off to your southwest. But you're not going to see anything coming. If that is a tornado that touches down, look at all of the rain that is between you and where that tornado is. So this is the time that we rely on radar for everything that it can tell us, because, yeah, if you are looking southwest, I guarantee you will not see it for all of that rain. And, I mean, you have some hail to get through before then anyway. So just know this is a great time to be doing your tornado plan and move into your safe space. You have several minutes. before that area of rotation starts to impact you. So again, nothing confirmed there. We have seen some off and on rotations, a little bit weaker there. In this, it's a little bit weaker there. Yeah, north of the Scout Reservation, impacting ZZ Highway. Do not get out of your safe space if you're in Warsaw. Stay in it, because this thing has kind of pulsed, right? That's a good word for it. It's kind of weakened and then it strengthened and weakened and then it strengthened. So there's no telling what it's going to do, but I see it headed right for Warsaw. So know that. Be in your safe space. You can do it. 45 minutes is not that long, and I don't think you need to be in there quite that long. We'll know what's going on in your neighborhood before that. So good time to be in that. All right, let's go over here to the southeast of Butler neighborhood again one more time. I can't see good stuff on radar here. So what do we have? Tornado warning is set to expire. Let's all just watch this together, but let's put up velocity, see if we think it should. I think kind of the same thing. There's some weak rotation. So let's see what they do with this. Okay, I think it's gone. Good deal. Awesome. All right, so we're in the clear for now, and I think you're just about to be clear. There are no warnings out for almost all of Bates County, except for the very, very northeastern corner right now. So Archie, Adrian, Passaic, Butler, Rich Hill, you are in the clear right now, and as soon as this little wave passes over you that's over Rich Hill right now, you guys are going to be in the clear. So thank you for hanging out with me. This is why we take precautions. This is why we know what's coming. I kind of even thought we were about done. Things were looking pretty good, and I thought we were done with tornado warnings, but it just goes to show you. But now we really are about done. So that's pretty awesome. Nevada, I haven't talked about you guys in a few minutes. It looks pretty good to me. It's just a thunderstorm. It doesn't look too bad. It's just kind of the tailing edge of what's about to come into Nevada there is not too bad. So, and then you guys are going to be, I told you this morning, if you were on the live stream this morning, I said Fort Scott and Nevada are going to get the rain the latest into the evening. I said, when the rest of us are done, Fort Scott and Nevada is going to have to hit it home. And yep, due to this southwest to northeast orientation, that is what is happening. So, but yeah, let's take a collective sigh. Here is the "you are good" line. You are good. Nevada, what'd I just say? I said behave, be quiet. We can't do that, right? Because we might have some 1-inch hail and some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts down here, right? Until 7:30 p.m. A line from Shell City to near Walker for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and some quarter-sized hail. So we gotta get in one more punch down here. Severe thunderstorm warning is going to pick up Nevada, Walker, Shell City. Going to go all the way out to El Dorado Springs because of this big bow right here, and we could have up to some 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's what these things are classic for. We also better watch it for some spin-ups, just like we did up north in Bates County. Good news again. I know it seemed like forever if you were up in Bates County and you were in the Peru and Pleasant Gap. It seemed like forever. It really was not that long. That there was that rotation, and we just needed to make sure that it fell out. So we may need to do that again down here in the Nevada neighborhood. Maddie is in Rich Hill. Rich Hill is not in anything right now. You're about to be all done in Rich Hill. Hi, Debbie. You're welcome. And it's awesome to see you virtually. Lots of lightning in Butler. Yeah, lots of lightning on the backside. Ooh, yeah, there is, isn't there? That's absolutely true. Lots of lightning in Butler. The rain is going to stop. Eventually. You have a big body of cool rain, and rain-cooled air is now going to set into Butler and Bates County. Cool air and rain-cooled air. That's what's always on the back of these cold fronts. So how long is that going to go on? I mean, there's some rain left. There's nothing to worry about. Hour and a half. I don't know that. I just guessed, but that's what it looks like to me. Nothing to worry about there. How much rain have we gotten? Here's the rain footprint so far. So early on the live stream, there was just this chunk of thunderstorms. Oh. And I said there was going to be this line. I actually thought it might pick up more of Harrisonville, but it sagged a little bit to the south. So this is the rain footprint. So let's find where the radar says we've had the most rain. And it's like 2.9 inches. Wow. And that's over like north of Bronson, Xenia. Some 3-inch rain patches. So widespread, all this green, yellow is a widespread 2 to 3 inches of rain in a short period of time. So somebody commented about flooding. I think it was in Butler. What do you guys know about that? We are good. I'm going to McDonald's. Give me some fries. Faith has just over 1 inch, 18 highway and FF. So that's kind of where it fell off. Yep, I thought it would make it a little further north and give you some more Faith, but it did not. So I think we are talking about strong damaging winds and hail. Actually, if I take off all the warnings for a second, right here, does that make it a little bit clearer? So where's that? So we're going to have strong wind gusts, possibly some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and some hail that's going to come in east of this pink line. So it's just about to come into Clinton. It's going to pick up Windsor, Leesville, Tightwad, out towards Z Highway. It's going to find its way over toward Lowry City and Osceola again. It's going to kind of bulge out, and pick up El Dorado Springs, and possibly make it all the way out to Stockton as it kind of gusts out. But these will be some strong wind gusts all coming through this area. So put all of our warnings back on. Sometimes it kind of helps to take those all off, and you can see the big picture. So severe thunderstorm warning for the next 38 minutes is down here in the Nevada territory. This is going to pick up Walker, Harwood, El Dorado Springs, all the way out to K Highway. This is cautioned for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and up to some 1-inch hail. If there is hail right now, I see it crossing over 49 at Horton. And what type of hail? Less than 1 inch. So that's good. So we're predominantly talking about wind and heavy rain down here in this severe thunderstorm. But we've got to go out here. We're still going to pick it up in, it's, where's my Rockville guy? What's going on in Rockville? Rockville has some more thunderstorm activity to get. You're kind of in the corner of what is left of this punch. So it looks like storms up to Appleton City and Montrose. So you're severe warned. Clear out here towards Roscoe, Osceola because of all this that's going to make its way through. So it's going to push like this, but it's going to sweep past you guys here. So severe warned for the next 37 minutes and severe warned for the next 6 minutes, but we'll see what happens to that. So, okay, then it's going to come into, it's going to still pick up Clinton, go out towards Calhoun as well, kind of in the last big stretch of all this stuff, you guys, but we are getting through it. Fort Scott, I bet you guys are ready to be done. You're not severe warned for anything over there in Fort Scott. And we'll go back over here towards the Scout Reservation. I think we can pretty plainly see. I don't think there's anything to be concerned with over there remaining. Let's just hang out and be careful for the next 6 minutes. Make sure that that tornado warning does drop off. Don't really see any reason why it shouldn't. So things starting to look pretty good around the region, except for strong wind gusts. So if there are, let's go ahead and put velocity back up. Yeah, you guys can see. So it'll be Calm and chill 1 minute and big gusty winds the next. Okay, so severe thunderstorm warning just now updated. For 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and up to some penny-sized hail. This is the Clinton neighborhood over towards 13 Highway, Calhoun. Yeah, and it just started in Clinton, but it's gonna be gusty and stormy down 13 Highway towards Deepwater. That's next. But again, storm direction is this way, so it's all gonna eventually push off this way. I just think there's probably quite a bit more to go between Montrose and Clinton. I mean, there is hail in Montrose right now, a little bit. Probably very patchy, probably not all of the millions of people in Montrose are getting the same thing right now, but there's probably a little bit of hail over there. So good solid thunderstorm between Montrose and Clinton, and some wind gusts probably out south of Clinton. So tornado possible tag on this thunderstorm here that system tells me might be trying to rotate, and it might be. Again, it's in this line. So we're not going to panic because this is normal for this line to do this. It doesn't last very long. So we're going to keep an eye on this area of rotation here that is at Johnson City at Ayuka Springs. Probably talking about a big broad area of rotation there, but we're going to keep an eye on that. Looks like it